Hey everyone, it's Harry from Slapyodaddybbq, the YouTube channel that teaches you how to master barbecue so you can spread barbecue love. I am playing again with my transglutaminase today, which is meat glue, and I like to glue things together. So in today's episode, I'm going to try to do something that's really bizarre. I'm going to try to glue together 5 different kinds of steaks that I like, including a Denver steak, a culotte picanha, a flank steak, a hanger steak, and a flat iron. So this is going to be a crazy experiment, but a lot of times I just do things to amuse myself. That's why you come to my channel, to see Harry do crazy stuff like this. Why would anybody want to do this? Who knows? But I always like to do things that I enjoy doing. So maybe you guys might be amused also with this episode. So you haters out there, please do not send me those comments because I'm going to delete them. This is just fun for me. Maybe it's going to be fun for you to create our own version of a Frankenstein steak. This meat glue is made by a company called Ajinomoto, which is the same company that makes MSG. It's called Transglutaminase, and this is called the Activa RM. It's a product of France. I have a really big bag, probably lasts me a whole lifetime here. And here's the meat that we have here. We have the culotte, which is picanha, the flat iron, the flank steak, the Denver steak, and then the hanger steak here, or the Onglet. So we have 5 different steaks from different parts of the cow. We're going to kind of glue them together and see what we can accomplish here today. So this is the flat iron steak, and this flat iron steak actually comes from the shoulder chuck primal. This is also called the top blade fillet. It's very, very marbled and very flavorful, and it does well with high heat and medium rare. And this one here is called the picanha, and this is cut, basically put into a Brazilian style barbecue. This picanha here is from the sirloin. So the sirloin is kind of on the back of the cow, and it's very popular in Brazilian churrascaria. Please see my video about how I cooked the picanha and I trimmed it from the whole sirloin. This one here is the flank. The flank is actually not a steak. It's actually the cut from the abdominal muscle, the belly of the cow. And it's actually called the flank primal, and it rests right beneath the loin muscle itself. This one is the Denver. The Denver is also from the shoulder, and it actually is called the Serratus Ventralis, which is one-piece muscle. And actually, it was invented. The name was invented in the USA, so this is a Denver steak invented by the US. It's also a high heat cook for medium rare. And this one is Onglet. Onglet is kind of like a hanger steak. This is the piece of the cow that holds together the diaphragm, and the folks believe that it's probably the most tender cut of beef on a cow, and it's also known as a butcher's steak because the butcher will serve this for his or her family, and also called a bistro steak sometimes. Supposedly most tender, and it's actually located in the lower belly, so it hangs off like the legs on the diaphragm of the cow, and you know, it's kind of like where the skirt steak is, and the skirt steak is the one used to make fajitas. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to kind of get all these pieces to kind of fit together and glue them all together so that it kind of looks like a cow. We'll see if I can manage to do that. Following this really bad picture of a cow, the Denver is this piece here, and then the flat iron is beneath it. We've got the sirloin in the back, the culotte. We've got also the hanger and the flank steak right where the belly is. So we're going to try to kind of assemble these 5 steaks together to make it look somewhat like how it will appear on the animal itself. We'll give it a shot and see what happens. Alright, so I kind of shaped it into a steak. So we have the Denver flat iron, the culotte picanha, the hanger steak, and the flank steak. We'll see if we can kind of get it all glued together and see how it tastes like. Okay, Thank you. So we have now fully wrapped, and we just let it refrigerate it to let it set. We're using a Jealous Devil, 100% natural hardwood lump charcoal to start our pit. We're going to smoke the steak until the internal temperature is about 110 degrees and give it a nice sear. Get it to about medium rare. $123, $30, $38, and $40. We're ready. Pick it up and sear it. Okay, got it. We have our steak here, our little Frankenstein steak here. I have my Denver, my flat iron, culotte, hanger, and then the flank steak here. Let's cut it up. A little bit of a rosemary butter here. And I'm gonna cut up the Denver first. Look at beautiful medium rare. Right behind it I have the flat iron. There's actually two pieces stuck here. Okay, so I have the culotte steak, the picanha is right here, stuck together, hanger steak, and then the flank steak. So culotte, hanger, flank, flat iron, and Denver. Let's give it a taste test here. I need a little bit of salt onto the steaks, especially the insides, get some flavor going. I'm gonna eat the flat iron now. Super tender, very, very good. We'll try the culotte, which is the picanha. A little chewy, but good flavor. Try the hanger. Supposed to be the most tender steak on a cow. Really, really good. Very, very tender hanger steak. And last one, I'll try the flank steak, which is from the abdominal muscle. I finally got to try my 5 steaks, and here's my conclusion. The one that's least tender, but good flavor, is the Denver steak and the picanha, which is the culotte. And then the same here, second most tender is the flank. And the two really, really outstanding ones are the flat iron and then the hanger. And what they say is true. This is what absolutely super tender and wonderful and lots of flavor. It's actually tastes better than filet mignon. So my verdict is that the best steak here is the hanger steak. Second one is the flat iron. The third is going to be the flank. And then it's a tie between the culotte and then the Denver steak. There you have it. I cooked my 5 steaks, my Denver, flat iron, culotte, hanger, and flank steak. Number 1 winner is the hanger steak. By far, very tender, good flavor on it. Very beefy and super, super tender. So in the future, this is the steak that I'm gonna get if I order these exotic cuts of steak. So here's the steak, beautiful hanger steak. So please like, subscribe, and share. We hope you guys like this episode. It's a little bizarre, I admit, but that's why you come to my channel, to watch Harry do crazy meat glue transglutaminase steaks. So now I've done my taste test. Let me go to the master of the house now. Mr. Beans, you want to try the steak? Okay, let you try a piece of steak. Thumbs up, Mr. Beans. You like that? I think Mr. Beans likes it. So that was the Hangar steak that you had, Mr. Beans. The most tender steak on the cow. So you are like me. We both like the Hangar steak the best.